See this? It says skincare. Remember it if you remember nothing else. Remember that skincare is one of the cornerstones of care when we're talking about lymphedema.
What do you do to manage your skin?
Make sure my legs are washed, every day.
Yeah.
Make sure that it's all clean and that, because I've had cellulitis a few times and I've ended up in hospital.
Right. How did you feel when you had cellulitis?
Oh, it was rather bad, and the rash all up my leg.
It's vitally important that we protect our skin, all right? You've already had cellulitis and you don't want to have one of those again. Yeah. So the way of trying to reduce the risk of having a cellulitis is moisturising our skin, all right? So you're doing great, you're washing and you're drying in between your toes because you don't want any fungal infections or athlete's foot. But it's really important to moisturise your legs every day. Not just you, that's everybody. We should all be moisturising our legs.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull these off now for you, Roy. Now then, can you see this here?
Yeah.
As I'm pulling it off, what's that? Your skin.
Oh, right.
So what does that tell me? Your skin needs more moisturiser, all right? Okay. And not only here, at the bottom of your foot. So that dry skin can be an infection risk. So by moisturising, that will help. They feel lovely though, they're not too bad.
To stay lovely, skin needs looking after. Our lymph system is just below the surface, helping to fight infection and carry away waste products. If you don't moisturise and you get dry, broken skin, it can let bugs in from the outside world, which raises your risk of an infection called cellulitis, and it's not nice.
You feel as if you're going in for the flu, and a really bad flu. I think, oh my gosh, this is it. And when I go and have a look at my arm, more often than not, I've got a lovely rash, and it's swollen, and it's horrible. And I'm good for nothing, I'm in bed then for about 3-4 days on antibiotics.
If you get cellulitis on top of lymphedema, the skin can thicken and you might get more swelling. So good skincare is essential to help prevent infections.
Come on through.
Robert lost his arms in an industrial accident. He's come to the clinic with his sister because after suffering a stroke, he's developed swelling and had repeated infections in his leg.
This is an absolutely typical story. I've been working in lymphedema for 15 years and I could write this story myself. You just see it all the time where people are really desperate, they haven't had the proper treatment and they don't realise how quickly something can be fixed and sorted.
My legs are very, very painful. Still very, very red and sore with me.
Okay, we'll have a good look now, see what we can do.
What does lymphedema actually mean then?
Lymphedema is basically, we've got a lymphatic system and it helps drain all the fluid. It's a bit like a recycling station. Right. It decides, I'm keeping that good bit of nutrient, I don't want that bacteria, I'll throw that away. And then eventually we wee that excess fluid out.
Oh, right.
But what happens with you, because you've had a stroke, you're not moving as much as you should have been, you sit in a bit more, gravity takes over, so all the fluid suddenly comes in your legs. And that fluid is full of nutrients for bacteria, for bugs. So that's why you've had cellulitis, because there's so much rich fluid in there.
So
it's like they're all having a nibble. But what we need now, good antibiotic regime to stop this from happening.
Oh, great, fantastic. Okay?
The other thing, when you look, so when I press here, just 10 seconds, we put pressure, and as we take that off, can you see that indentation? So that is showing that there's fluid, really a lot of fluid in there that's going to cause his problems. That big indentation, that tells me that leg is full of fluid and we have to get rid of it. Eventually you'll go into compression garments, but we need to bandage them first to try and heal these wounds, but also to get rid of that fluid effectively. So when you're moisturising, important, moisturising between those toes. Are you ticklish?
Yeah, very. Yeah. Never guessed it.
You're going to do some exercises. See you again next week. I reckon by the end of the following week, you'll be in compression garments, these legs will be dry.
Great. Fantastic.
And then you can start moving more.
Move a bit.
What's your goal? What would you like?
I'd like to go and see a football match.
Okay, let's do that.
If you have fluid coming out of your legs, take heart. It should stop when you get the treatment right. Meanwhile, it's really important to work out what might be causing these problems. Cellulitis is a nasty one because it can be a cause of lymphedema, and once you've got lymphedema, your risk of getting cellulitis is much higher. Frida's lymphedema started after an operation for cancer, but she's had cellulitis many times since.
Now, you've already mentioned to me about being in the garden.
Yeah.
Always wear those good, thick gardening gloves if you're picking up those leaves, if you're doing things with the rose thorns. And that's because you've had so many cellulitis that actually you're prone to it. So we need to do anything we possibly can to reduce that risk. So gardening gloves, definitely, because I know you love the garden.
I love my garden.
Key to avoiding infection is to avoid breaking the skin. And that means no needles, tattoos, blood tests, razors, or waxing in parts of the body that might be at risk. If you've had your lymph glands removed from your armpit, for example, then look after your arm. Watch your cuticles if you're having your nails done. And if you do get a cut or injury, remember to wash it, apply antiseptic cream, and if it goes red, ask your GP for antibiotics. And although I'm in not much danger today, try not to get sunburnt if you can help it. And watch out for fungal nail infections too. They can also lead to cellulitis. Another important thing to remember is always sleep in a bed rather than in a chair. It might be tempting, but when we're sitting down, we're squashing those lymph nodes in the groin, which makes it harder for the lymph to keep moving.
Hello.
Hi Liz, you okay?
How are you doing?
How are you?
I'm well, thanks.
Good.
Now, remember Robert, who turned up with those very sore legs? This is him 3 weeks later, when he came back with his sister for a checkup.
Okay, looking forward to seeing these today.
Now I can walk and I can get up and down the stairs, everything, like, you know.
Brilliant. Let's have a look at these legs.
That's unbelievable.
Well, hey, look at that.
Unbelievable.
They're completely transformed. The skin here is still a little fragile, as you can see just there. That's where there was actually an ulcer when we first started. But that's where it's healed. And actually when he starts walking, because he's not been able to move so much, it's difficult to keep your weight under control when you can't move. And actually if you carry your weight in the middle part, that causes a pressure downwards and increases the fluid pressure downwards, which means the fluid can't escape. But once he can get walking now, this will be a little trimmer and there'll be less pressure. And then this will allow this to drain properly.
I got really frightened at the start because my legs were sort of 4 or 5 times the size they should have been, like, you know. So yeah, I'm chuffed. I'm really, really chuffed with my ankles. I'm on the road to recovery, which is absolutely fantastic, thank goodness.
At one point, it took 3 of us to get him off a chair. Now, he's walking more. He walked to go and have a haircut. Nobody holding him. He calls me Vidal Baboon because I make a mess of cutting his hair. So it's been marvellous time, absolute marvellous. Sorry, just thinking about it because he was so worried. And that is a knock-on effect for the rest of the family. So unbelievable, sorry.
Biggest baby, but he can go as our sisters, aren't he? Lucky you got men like me to keep us going. I'm a bit outnumbered by women, yeah. I need to be a little bit careful, yeah, don't I?
We can't cure lymphedema. The problem is still there, but we're managing it.
Couldn't do anything about my belly, could you? Do my belly.
Well, if I could do your belly, I probably wouldn't be doing your legs. Let me say that. I could probably earn a fortune.